Hello, Abnormal Investigations. The upload of this video will be on the 10th, or I guess it would be the 11th night. Man, we had a great boots on the ground. We had a great turnout. Thank you all so much for showing up. I really appreciate that. And when you show up on our sit-downs, it helps a lot too, guys. It all matters on the algorithm, and we do have some pretty good sit-downs. So I would invite you to join those also when we have them. We have some great guests we're going to be having on next month, so a lot of good things lined up. Let's get into this Oklahoma encounter, guys. He says he was out frog gigging and had an encounter, and I could actually see that happening because we had a lot of frogs tonight on the live. This happened May 30th of 2022. My aunt and uncle live in Oklahoma, so my brother and I grew up going out there to visit. We used to spend our summers out on the lake, water skiing, cliff jumping, and exploring the amazing state that is Oklahoma. For those of you that don't know, Oklahoma didn't become a state until 1907. Before that, it was the frontier and home to many Native American people and tribes. Today, Oklahoma is home to 39 tribal nations, and it just so happens that my aunt is Native and she is a GS-15 with the Bureau of Indian Affairs. We grew up learning the legends and hearing stories, but I never figured we'd be in one. This actually happened when I was quite young, maybe 13 or so, which would make my brother 11 at the time. But I remember every detail like it was yesterday. We were out frog gigging, which is when you go out looking for bullfrogs along the shoreline of a lake with a million lumen flashlight and a boat. I'd never seen so much wildlife, and I grew up in Colorado. There were deer and frogs and snakes and beavers the size of small children. We had been told that there might be an alligator in the lake, but we never really saw it. We did see an owl, so big it broke the branch it was sitting on when it took flight, and its wingspan was massive. So we're out there trolling around. It's nighttime, and my uncle and his friend decide to spook us with the legend of the lake. They told us that an old medicine man used to live by the lake, hunting and practicing his medicine in peace. Then one day, the white men came and tricked the people into signing a peace treaty, which they later broke, stealing the land and sending the people to live on a reservation. The medicine man and his family refused to go to the reservation, and they went to hide out on the lake with the medicine man. Well, one day while the medicine man was out hunting, some bandits discovered the camp and burned it to the ground, killing everyone there. When the medicine man returned to camp to find his whole family had been murdered, he was grief-stricken and vowed vengeance upon the white devil and all of his descendants. He turned to dark magic and witchcraft, using his animal bones to make special curses and spells. He practiced dark rites and rituals which allowed him to become immortal, that his body would die, but his soul would go on living, but that he would have to continue killing in order to take the skin of other animals to keep existing. One day he went to kill a buffalo in order to take on its skin, but the buffalo was too strong and gored the man with its horn, carrying him off into the lake, where they both drowned. Just then something bumped up against the bottom of the boat. We all jumped and whispered, "What was that?" My brother and I both screamed. Everybody started laughing. My uncle and his friend started laughing. My uncle's friend had hit the hull of the boat with his oar, causing us to freak out. "Classic," my uncle said. "Works every time." "But what about the medicine man?" my brother asked. Well, the best of my knowledge, that's all true," my uncle said, "or that's the legend, anyway." Something bumped up against the boat. Okay, I said. "That might have worked the first time, but we're not going to fall for it again." Silence. My uncle and his friend exchanged nervous glances. Another bump. "Come on, guys, cut it out," my brother exclaimed. "That wasn't me," my uncle said. Me neither," his friend stated. That's when things started getting really weird. Something was in the water, something big. Just then the tip of a horn broke the surface of the water to our starboard side, followed by what looked like a giant, rotten head. The eyes were all sunken in, and the face was bloated and discolored, and one of the horns was broken off, but it looked like the head of a cow. but of course we were thinking buffalo. The head continued rising up out of the water until the spinal cord was exposed, following the skeletal remains of a disfigured, almost human body looking. We all started screaming, "Go!" My uncle shouted. His friends started yanking on the starter cord, but the engine would not fire. They were having to prime it. I'm trying the engine, it's flooded. The thing that was in the water, of course, sunk back down. There's no way that it could be alive. It was a skeleton. But as we were doing that, we heard a howl, more like a whoop, come from the side. This long, tall, very dark furred animal runs, standing upright, dives off the cliff, maybe 50 feet from our boat, splashes into the water. It's huge. It never comes back up. You can see the horns floating in the waves as a rotted cow floated in the lake. And within a millisecond, the thing jerks under the water so fast the water shoots up into the air. My uncle finally gets the boat started and we make it back to the boat ramp. As we're loading the boat as fast as we can, my uncle says, "We'll just get it on, hook the front, and as we get down the highway, I'll hook the back of the boat up. We're getting the hell out of here." The only thing we could figure is something had killed that cow and had been feasting on it, and it had got into the water to retrieve what it thought we was trying to take, that we may have been trying to take its meal. Whatever it was huge, and it dove off that bank like it was not afraid of the water, and it swam under that water for a very long time. And the force that it jerked that under the water, I would have hated to have thought to have my hand in that water and it would have grabbed a hold of you, because you would have had no chance at all. It would have jerked anyone under that dark water, never to bring you up again. Please stay away from the water, Mike, when you're out on your adventures. It worries me to death whenever you walk to the edge. They will ambush you like a crocodile. My grandpa is full-blood Chickasaw, and he says they ambush from the water. So I want you to be safe. And my mom says hi. Tell your mom hello. Thank you for the story. That has crossed my mind. It does scare me to walk close to the water. That is a very eerie feeling, to walk next to the water, for sure. And I'll keep that in mind, because tonight I was actually tapping on that old drain that ran under the road. So maybe not a good idea. What do y'all think? Do you think they ambush from the water? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you on the next one.